Morning guys, how's it going? We're on our last day now of our Orlando vacation. We're getting ready to come back later this evening. Our flight's at 10 to 9. But we thought because it's so late we might as well get one last go at coming into the park. So as you can see, we're quite far forward. That's my dad just sitting on the wall there, but Brogan and my mum waiting in the queue and getting ready for rope drop. So I thought I'd just talk about a little bit today is what I think the best strategy for rope dropping Islands of Adventure is. Just because I think it's quite important for a lot of people to know where they want to go and how they want to do certain, rides, which order to do them in. So I'll talk a little about that for at the start of this video, just as to where I think you should go, depending on what you have. Because I think it might be a little bit different depending on if you've got early entry or if you just have a standard ticket and you can't get in earlier to the park. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're quite far forward, so hopefully we'll get on the rides quite early. And that's just the first tip that I'd really talk about. Is that one of the most important things is get here as early as possible if you've got early entry. I think that's a very important tip. If you're here at 20 past 7, you're going to get higher in the queue, which means you can get on the rides quicker. Good tip. So we've just been let in. Brogan's got the fast walk on. I had to catch up with her because she was just absolutely away. But yeah, once you get in this early, there's not massive crowds or anything, so you can get through. And tip number 2, I would definitely recommend going to Hagrids first over any other ride, especially if you've got the early pass entry. If you can get into if you can get into the parks early, definitely do Hagrids, just because Velocicoaster will still be quiet at about 30 minutes into the park opening, whereas Hagrids will not be quiet. Hagrids will have a 120-minute wait by 8:30. If you don't have early park admission, then I would recommend going Velocicoaster first, and then just keeping an eye on Hagrids' wait time throughout the day. So with this being so far ahead in the queue, I have a feeling this Hagrids wait time will probably be under 30 minutes. I'd be surprised if it's any longer than that. I did just nearly trip over. Oh no. Because I wasn't watching where I was walking. You will not be riding rides if you fall and graze your hands and feet and not bleeding. So there you go, that's tip number 3. Watch where you're walking. Don't vlog while you're trying to speed through a queue.
You've still got lots of zigzaggy queues outside before you actually get to the inside bit of Hagrid's. So this is the room that you come in during the queue, and you usually have a show in here as well, where you've got the screen up there, all the Hagrid's stuff. You then get let out through these doors. And the theming of the queue is really cool.
Anyone back at Hogwarts? See you next lesson.
So that's Hagrid's done with. Really good ride. Definitely do it first. I would definitely recommend doing that as quick as you can. Get it out of the way with, because this ain't going to be any quieter for the rest of the day. That took us around about 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes in the queue. So that just gives you an idea of how far forward we were in the queue and how long it actually takes to get on. We pretty much got right at the final room before we actually needed the queue. So definitely if you get here early, Hagrid's is the way to go. However, the wait time for it now is 120 minutes and there's still a load of people getting in the queue. So if you get here now, I mean, like we said, we're about 20 past 8. I wouldn't bother. It's going to take a long time. So we're heading straight to Velocicoaster now. It says on the app it's 15 minutes. It's more than likely going to be a walk on. Intention is to ride it back to back as well, because I think we'll be able to do that. As you can see on the app, 120 for Hagrid's.
At 8:19.
Yeah, 15.
And it's 120 minutes.
120 for Hagrid's. And if you want to go over at Universal, you can wait 15 minutes for Fast and Furious, but I wouldn't waste your time with that.
I wouldn't even wait 15 minutes.
No, yeah, maybe 30 seconds. Maybe if you pay me to go on Fast and Furious, but
then I'd get on.
I think if you get early park admission, this is the route you should go. Hagrid's into Velocicoaster, And then probably by the time you've done Velocicoaster, should be getting around about 9 o'clock, which is when Hulk opens and Spider-Man down in the Marvel Island area. So I would strongly recommend, after doing that, heading straight over there and doing Hulk and Spider-Man, because I think it's the best route to do. You get the most done, and then you have your pick of the bunch, whether you want to go on to Kong, any of the water rides, or anything else around the park, really.
Smaller items must be placed in complimentary lockers prior to riders passing through metal detection. In larger items, such as large backpacks, purses, and bags, must be left with a non-rider or secured in lockers and please fill in all available space, keeping up with...
There we go, that's Velocicoaster done with. My hair looks a bit more debonair than usual, that's because I've just been going 70 miles an hour for a little bit. Did you enjoy that?
Very much so. Front row. Choking way ahead.
Yeah, so we waited on front row for that as well. It probably took about 15 minutes. Currently sitting on about 8:45, so we've done Hagrids and Velocicoaster 15 minutes before regular park opening is even there. So, like I said, this is definitely the route to go. If you head towards Marvel Island now, you probably have a 5-minute wait to do the Hulk, and then you can just get on that. So yeah, definitely do this route. As I mentioned before, you can come down to the superhero Marvel Island, which is over here. We're probably about 5 minutes out from regular park entry now, but what we've decided to do is we decided to go and head over to Universal instead, just because there's some other rides there that we want to do before we head out for our flight this evening. So this is also another option, you know, just because you're road dropping islands doesn't mean you can't hop over to the other park if you've got a ticket which allows you to do that. So I think we're going to go do the Mummy, maybe go do Men in Black, a couple other ones as well, might do Rip Ride Rocket again. And yeah, like I said, it gives you options as long as you get here early enough. And bear in mind this is a Sunday as well, so it's quite a busy day. The weekends are always busier than the weekdays, but we've done Velocicoaster and Hagrids within 45 minutes of being here, so no complaints. If you're going in between the parks, a good thing to keep in mind is, and it might sound silly, but it took me a long time of coming to Orlando to realise that this path here was actually here in front of the Chocolate Emporium and the Hard Rock Cafe. I used to always go around the outside of City Walk to be able to get from one part to the other. So it's definitely saves you a lot of time just coming on this path. Like I said, it seems silly, but I know there'll definitely be other people out there other than myself who didn't know that. It definitely saves you a couple of minutes of walking around. So we've just arrived, jumped across to Universal Studios. The wait times are still pretty good over in Universal. They're probably going up very quickly over in Islands of Adventure. The one thing to mention and one thing to keep in mind, currently we're here at the start of October and Universal aren't offering early park entry. Universal Studios is open from 8 o'clock in the morning to all guests. I don't know if that's because of the Halloween Horror Nights, as the park is just shut for 5 o'clock on all days but other than Monday and Tuesday. So you can have a bit longer in the parks if you're not even staying at a resort. But that usually means, I think if you're staying at a resort, most park guests are going to Islands of Adventure. So you can usually get a bit of a quieter morning if you're trying to get on rides at the park. This line here looks like it's for Rip Ride Rocket, because Rip Ride Rocket opens in about 15 minutes. It opens at 9:15, but we're going straight for the Mummy. Oh, it's scary. So we've just got off the Mummy and we're around by Diagon Alley now, just walking past because we're going over to Men in Black. We probably waited about 20 minutes for the Mummy, so still not too bad. Just thought I'd mention there's a little Easter egg here. If you knock on, I believe it's number 13, it might be number 12 in all honesty, you can see the little goblin, elf I should say, of Sirius Black. There he is, you can see him at that window. I don't even see him on the camera, but the one above house 12. If you knock on the door, he comes and has a little look. Just, you know, if you're a Harry Potter fan, these are the things you need to know. You want to know how to get those good pictures, so above house 12. So walking up on Men in Black now. I think it's still, it was a 10-minute wait, so hopefully it's pretty short. It looks like there isn't much of a queue outside. So that's, you know, 4 rides, pretty much next to no wait at all. Now I would try and go into some tips for Men in Black as to how to get a high score, but in all honesty, I've got no idea. If you ask me about Buzz Lightyear Astro Blaster, I'll be able to give you all the tips, but this thing, I just shoot at the aliens. Make sure you press the red button when it lights up, and you'll be good to go. So, checkout at our hotel is 12 o'clock, but a lot of the food places in Universal don't open till 11. So we just thought, what better way to get anything than just get a pack of 4 donuts and a hot dog. What better way to end the trip to America than 4 donuts, right? So that is us done in Universal Studios. Had a little bit of a whiz around this morning, but we got on the rides that we wanted to get on, which is the main thing. That's just heading out of the parks, and I'm back at the hotel to check out. So one of, if not the main advantages of staying in a Universal resort is how easy it is to get to and from the resort to the parks. From personal, just like getting on and off the bus. It's always dead quiet here. Last year we stayed at Disney Resort and we stayed at Coronado Springs, and every time we were coming back from the actual parks, the queue to get back to the resort was insane. Whereas nearly every time we've been here, the queue's been non-existent. So it's dead easy to get on the hotel. Buses show up once every 15 minutes or so, and it is a really big benefit of staying in the hotels. It's home time. So we've just gotten through security in Orlando International Airport. We're in Terminal C, which is a brand new terminal, but it's really impressive in here. Really cool airport. I think from going from Orlando a couple of times, the previous terminal that we were going from was very old-fashioned, whereas this thing's just like brand spanking new. It's really, really nice. As you'd imagine, Disney, Universal and SeaWorld have all got shops here. So if you do forget anything in the parks and you're going last minute, oh, I need I don't know, a Disney lounge fly bag or something like that, you can go get it from the shop.
Cheers! You've even got all the British music on as well.
Very British. So we've got Premium Economy, we'll travel plus on the way back. No complaints. It means that, you know, we didn't have to travel economy at all.
No.
So that was good.
And you still got Prosecco.
Chin. That's us all done in Orlando now. Thanks for watching through our videos with us, guys. We had a great time in Disney and Universal. In everywhere else in between that we went in Orlando, we always loved going and had a great time. We just thought we'd leave you with some ending clips from the trip. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya!